everyone, it is me, Revonlieke, or Leek. And we are playing Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate again. It's been a while, it's certainly been a while. I'm sorry I haven't been able to make these videos as much as I would have wanted to, but you know, life happens and there's nothing you can do about it, really. So yeah, let's go onwards with the Gunlance this time. So we are playing with the Gunlance. Let's go through the what is it? This fishery thing. Can't even remember its name. What this stupid mechanic is even. But yeah, something that kinda has been bothering me, or rather that has been on my mind lately, is what I'm gonna do with this series. I'm not sure at all if I'm gonna continue this type of videos. I would certainly love to do it, but overall, taking all of the 12 weapons in this game and trying to bring you guys all of the monsters with each weapon, it's going to be a pain indeed. And you probably would want to see that, but it can be for me personally, it would most likely be more of a problem than it's a fun thing to do. Alright, so what I'm going to do here, I'm trying to figure out how to get the feline feet, I think it's called. So you can pretty much on the cook here, you can combine whatever you basically want, but most of the time you want to look at the fixed skills and the daily skills, what you want in addition to what you get by default. But because the daily skills and fixed skills, usually they are more towards like a useful skill to have, basically. Well, let's just go with the weakener. I was checking out if the if I could see the feline feet, but it wasn't there. At least I didn't see it. So yeah. So now we got the weakener. This basically increases the likelihood of large monsters encountered in quests being weak. Now this doesn't always mean that the monster is actually somehow has less health or something. I'm not actually sure what it actually means, but you can take it as it is. There's some aspect that makes it weaker in the hunt, and it's not a big, a huge thing to really worry about. That's one of the skills that you wouldn't necessarily want to take with you. There's better skills overall. So yeah, with the Gunlance, basic combos are very similar to the lance. You just draw into this little upward swipe like that, and you can really close in the distance by, if you have the weapon seated like this, you can just press forwards and the X button, and it kind of goes. In that sense, it's a very or more mobile weapon compared to the lance. Another thing about the Gunlance is that it has ammunitions, basically, and you can basically press R and is it A? Yeah, R and A, and it reloads. And pressing A only just shoots those ammunitions. And the basic X combo is just forward thrusts into a downward slam, and you can also do it by seeding, so it does those two up normal thrust into a slam after the upward thrust. Or slight upwards, I don't know, attack. This one. Yeah, you can combo this one into the basic combo. Then there's basically what you want to basically know about the lance is that you can also evade in a similar way that you can with the lance. This comes in very helpful when you are using ammunitions. As you can see on the top left corner, there's our ammunitions. Basically, we have 5 currently. So you can use dodge very effectively here. So basically what you want to do is most likely you want to do something like thrust, shoot, thrust, dodge, shoot, something like that. So you want to like keep thrusting or keep using your weapon as well as your ammunitions. So it's not just using your ammunitions and your blade separately. You can use it only as a lance, of course, if you want to, or you can only use the ammunitions and stuff like that. There's 2 different types of gameplay with the lance, basically. You can really enhance both. With the evade, you can basically, what you want to do with the evade is reload. So as you can see, if I use my bullets and I keep pressing A, it keeps reloading it like this. I can spam it however much I want. But also if I use all of my bullets, I need to eventually, not that one, but reload. Eventually I do need to reload. So the dodge really comes in handy when you go into like something like, or let's see here. So now we are empty. Basically we don't have all of our ammunitions. So if we use one more and we dodge, or sorry, if we thrust and we dodge, we can go straight into a reload. That's the like most efficient mechanic with the Gunlance, is that you can reload the weapon after the evade. So that's what you want to do most of the time. So basically what you want to do is thrust, use ammunition, thrust, use ammunition, thrust, dodge, thrust, use ammunition, and keep doing this. And once you are in the position where you want to dodge, just reload and keep doing it. But you cannot dodge after you have shot your Gunlance. So keep that in mind, that you can only evade after a thrust. You cannot evade once you have shot your weapon, it doesn't do anything. And there's also 2 other main attacks of this weapon. It's basically the normal combo. When it goes into this downward slam, you can basically shoot all of your ammunitions at the same time. So let's see here. By pressing A after the, pressing A after the downward slam, it completely shoots out all of the ammunitions, and you're basically now out of ammunition. So you want to reload, of course. And then there's another major attack, is basically when you are guarding, you can also press X and A at the same time, and it does this really huge charge attack, and also overheats your weapon. So it does have a timed cooldown, so you need to be you need to spend some time before you can actually use that attack again. Other than that, there's very little or small attacks. Basically, with the card you can upward thrust like this, and you can also upward thrust and do that. So basically press X and then A, and it does this. There is also a forward thrust type of thing. So basically if you press X and A, is it? No, it's not that. Let's see here. Yeah, there it is. So basically what you want to do is X, guard and A. It does the same kind of small charge ammunition after the forward thrust. Small things like that, but other than that, it's very simple weapon. The only downside for this weapon is that if the monster is active, you're gonna have a lot of you're gonna basically just have a hard time with the fight. God dang it, Jaggies. The Great Jaggi is a good example of this. There he ran. The Gunlance isn't the best weapon to be using against the Great Jaggi. It could be the case, but it could also be the case that I really do not want this, or I really don't know how to play with this weapon. But the forward thrust that you can see that basically opens up every Gunlance combo, it really throws you off away from the monster a lot of the time, especially if the monster is small. Especially then you're gonna have hard time getting things done. And if they have small mobs like these, then for sure you're gonna have good times. But basically what you want to do is that attack. You want to do the basic combo most of the time and just keep reloading your weapon and keep shooting out all of the ammunitions at the same time. Because that does a lot of damage. It is one of the strongest attacks of the Gunlance, so you want to be using it as much as possible. Especially if you're not going to be using the weapon as you would normally use it. Basically, the way you would use it is thrust, shoot, thrust, shoot, thrust, shoot. Do the basic, this type of stuff. If you're not gonna do that, then it's better for you to use the normal combo and finish it with the burst. But remember, if you spam the A, you can always reload after the shot has fired. So every time you shoot, you can reload that one bullet, but you can't reload the whole type thing. But yeah, as you can see, we are having a lot more trouble with Jaggi with the Gunlance. It's not one of my best weapons that I have used the weapon overall a lot in 3 Ultimate, but it's not one of my like favorite weapons overall. There's a lot of like all weapons have the downsides of them, but I think the downsides really show on the Gunlance for sure, and you really need to know what you're doing with the weapon, because it's not a simple weapon as most of the other weapons are. They are very simple in the terms that there's because the Gunlance basically has two types of ways to hunt with. That kind of complicates the whole hunts as well. But overall, I think the biggest issue is that if the monster is very active, like Great Jaggi here, you're going to have a lot of hard time. Sorry about the camera angles. But yeah, that's Great Jaggi for you with the Gunlance. And not the best job I have done ever, but it kind of showed you guys the weapon at least. And I did kind of try to hurry the tutorial part because the Gunlance is very complicated weapon to explain. So I didn't want to spend too much time on it. And I'm not sure if I fully covered some of the things, like you can combo basically into the downward slam as well by doing forward thrust. Sorry, basically like that. Sorry, from the reload you can go into downward slam straight away. So you don't need to finish or do the whole thrust downward slam into a burst. You can do basically a thrust, shoot, reload, downward slam. Or if you have the weapon thrown, you can do only shoot, reload, and downward slam. But yeah, I hope that kind of explained the whole thing. I didn't show you guys the Wyvern Fire attack a second time, but I think the cooldown is something like 2-3 minutes, maybe even less than that. I'm not completely sure. But you can use it a lot on the later hunts for sure, when the monsters get a little bit more health. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed the episode as much as I have. I certainly have had a lot of time getting back to Monster Hunter again, or 3 Ultimate at least. If you liked the video, you know what to do. If you liked the video, hit that like button. If you disliked the video, you know what to do. Subscribe if you think these videos are worth it. And remember guys, have fun playing Monster Hunter and happy hunting, I guess. So yeah, see ya.